Esquire, I see a lot of the, it's like the baton. There's a generational change that's going on right now, right?
Yeah, there is.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So you see, so now, and this is going to be a future senior council. And the question I wanted to ask, Baba, you saw that they were looking for, you saw that, Baba, they were looking for judges, yeah?
Okay, that I haven't seen.
But now I can see you're paying attention because you might have a matter sooner or later.
No,
Do you think Esquire Eliud should apply for those same set positions, bro?
Please. Yeah.
So you're asking me, and you're looking at me, and he's right here.
Please do apply. I will need that.
No, we have different areas of law.
Indeed.
So some people want to become judges, others want to remain in private practice,
Indeed.
like me.
Yes.
Others want to go and become prosecutors.
Right.
Others are scholars.
Yes.
And so I am not interested in that.
Indeed.
But we have other opportunities and many other opportunities.
Yeah. I was about to disparage, but I said, let sleeping dogs do what?
Lie.
Indeed. So, Esquire.
Yes.
Today, now, Kevin and I have done our bit, to look at it from a social point of view. Now you're here to dissect and help Kenyans out. Ama namna gani, Kevin?
Yes.
Are we good to go?
Yebo.
Okay. Somebody's written in. All right. Eliud said, listen, hello, Spice FM. This is disturbing. I live in Kitengela. I had an accident 5 years ago, and it's been affecting my performance in bed. Almost a year after the accident, my wife invited her nephew to live with us. He had just completed high school and was waiting to join campus. It didn't take long to notice how close they were, often giggling around each other and being touchy-touchy. Last Saturday, I had forgotten my office keys. I walked in on my dear wife with her nephew in our kitchen. In her defense, she said it had been a while since we were intimate and she could not live without it. I'm beyond devastated. What should I do? Now, Kevin, before obviously, because he's got a master when it comes to family law.
Yeah.
Let us say, just debrief him on what we said.
My mind was simple. We decided that one, you said the tool was broken, so there's nothing they could do about it.
No. You see now, yeah. Me, I said I'm speculating. Okay. Because here, when he says, and as a man, when he said I had an accident 5 years ago, and it's been affecting my performance in bed, I think he broke his penis.
No, there are many other things that can affect your performance.
Okay. So like premature ejaculation.
It could be psychological.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be mental. It could also be you lost your job.
By the way,
there are many other reasons.
Yeah. So Kevin, like you usually when Jack Libunda, you talk to it like it is just not. It's like bruh for me.
Just come through. Even if it's just 2 seconds, I'll be good.
No, imagine no. We're not doing this.
Yes,
That's why I told you to speak. Don't include me in this conversation because we're going to be in best behavior.
Okay.
This is very serious. Okay, let's assume it's a thing, but Tiger Woo cannot do a hole in one.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Go.
Unfortunately, I've never been in such situations.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm in the best interest of place to explain that.
You still have time, my friend. You only how old?
35.
Hey, my friend.
Turning 36.
There'll be a time you'll be talking to yourself all night.
Yeah.
Nigga, please, in the morning. Go on.
Actually, apart from you saying that, it was best. For me, it was. I didn't know the mental part and every other thing. But us just joking around, like how and when and how did it reach to a point where they could be that close and do that?
But you see, you need to be empathetic in this situation. As a listener, we have shared this situation.
Say sorry.
And yeah,
I'm laughing with you, bro.
We don't need to,
whatever you are,
think about what really happened.
There we go.
But they have just said what they are going through.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate that they caught these people together.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so we asked so let's start dissecting because there are two questions we said we're going to ask you. Now, one, if this nephew, fine, completed high school, but some of the Kevins went to good schools, and their high school they were done when they were 16. So if this nephew, one, is A, Kumbi under 18.
Okay.
That's question number one. Is there consequences and repercussions? And then number two, the mere fact that this guy has been denying her intimacy, does she have a case? Let's start there. Yeah.
Your second question first.
Yes.
It's not legally binding for you to obtain.
I cannot come to your office and tell me, listen, me, I've got a case for divorce here because, Baba, I have been with this woman for 5 years. You said 5 years, ne?
Yeah,
for
5
5 years, and has denied me. We have not conjugal. That's the word.
Yeah.
Conjugal rights. Question: can I come and file? I want a divorce.
You could come and file for divorce.
Yes.
The two can come and file for divorce.
Right.
Or they can come and seek for a court order from the judge, asking the judge to grant these conjugal rights. So
Hold on.
The issue,
a judge can actually do that by
they
force.
can, but enforcement is difficult.
Of course.
So you can ask, you can say, okay, I need this person compelled by the court to do it.
Yes.
But then the court will not come and supervise. Like any other court order, it will be very difficult for them to come and supervise and watch and confirm that there was no disobedience of the order.
Right.
So you can do nothing much.
Right.
And the only thing you are likely to do in such a situation is maybe seek for a separation, a legal separation, which is a divorce, for you maybe to find someone else who's able to grant you
I like that.
these conjugal rights. It's legally advisable to do so.
Yes.
But on the second question, the age of consent in Kenya is 18 years of age. And if if call him a nephew, happens to be under the age of consent, which is 18,
Yes.
it means they cannot have legal sex.
But
And therefore, what you're doing with this child is either rape, defilement,
right.
or sexual assault.
Right.
And so those three will be applied on you because you're committing an offense now under the Sexual Offences Act of Kenya.
Now, Wakili, in the Kenyan context, we have seen that ideally, most of the time, if not all the time, the case is that the adult is a dude, is a man. Then the minor
It's a girl.
is a girl. And then that's when, we see these cases. In this particular instance, because can you rape somebody who, they reach climax on their own violation?
What do you mean?
That's funny. No, see, ilisimama. Right? This guy turned himself on. He was the one who was buggering the lady. Are we together? Even if he's 17 and a half. Boss, this guy was the one who came on to her, and then he did what he did. How can I rape you when, as you can see, what position did you find me in?
The question
I was on the floor. He was on top of me. Did you see that? Just asking, maybe she was asking, so you can't say that.
That's the excuse they're trying to apply in this case.
Yes.
Well, that would be a defense. We could actually use in court, but this is how it would be worded. First of all, this is a nephew.
Yes.
And under Section 21 of the Sexual Offences Act, like you've asked me...
Kevin, please be useful and record this, bruv.
After, Section 21 of the Sexual Offences Act is... collaborating Section 20 of the Sexual Offences Act, which focuses on a man sleeping with a relative. And so, when you have this one, it's also inverted, where it also looks at a woman sleeping with a relative.
Yes.
So this relative, if they fall under these categories, either you sleep with, in our case, it's a woman, grandfather, father, son,
Bas.
nephew,
Yes.
or step
Right.
child. And in other cases, they also give scenarios and interpretation, further interpretation.
Yes.
An adopted son.
Come on.
So if it's also an adopted son, or is a stepfather,
Right.
it doesn't have to be your biological
yes.
father. It also goes into those details.
We do not have to share DNA.
Yes. Then
Wow.
it's taken that you have committed that an offense called incest.
Bas, incest. Yes.
Incest. And then goes further when it comes to the punishment. If a person is under the age of 18,
Right.
then the punishment will be heavier than if the person was an adult.
Right.
So, in this case, DJ Abstract
Yes.
picks a cousin who is 30 years of age. Kevin has not been able to convince any lady out here in the streets,
Yes.
anything, but
Yes.
has a cousin from
Yes.
Ocha,
Yes.
up country, who is willing and
Yes.
able, and also has not been able to
Right.
get a guy.
Right.
And they decide to have relations. That would be an offense, but the punishment will be lesser. The act says 10 years imprisonment for Kevin in this scenario, if it is found that he's the one who initiated the process. But if it's also the cousin from Ocha who found that Kevin is a bit not aggressive,
Yes.
and forces Kevin to do it, then the offense will be upon the lady. But now Kevin ends up taking up a cousin who is under the age
18.
of 18. The punishment is life imprisonment. If
Life.
if this cousin
Yes.
is under the age of 12, I believe, from
Yes.
the act,
Yes.
and then he graduates like that, you get more years or lesser years.
Yes. Until it gets to 18.
Yes, until 18 years
Right.
of age.
Right.
And so in our situation, if this lady has actually committed that offense,
Right.
and the nephew is under the age, is actually 16,
Right.
then there are different charges. You come to our criminal courts, and in this case, we'll go to the children's court, because the children are protected by the law of Kenya. And that's why we have a children officer who is in charge of protection of the children. We have the Children's Act, which focuses on anyone who is under the age of 18,
There you go.
and they are covered. And the act says that the age of consent is 18. So even if in your scenario, they found themselves on top of this lady, they have no ability to make such a decision.
Sharp.
Yeah, so in this case, then you as a lady allowing such a thing, this lady in our case scenario, they'll find themselves in trouble.
All right, now, Esquire, I'm not blowing wind up your fanny, but you're brilliant in terms of explaining stuff. Hence, you're brilliant in private practice. But let me muddy the waters, kidogo. You make a good lecturer, bro? Right?
Yeah, very much. Well, actually, it's
intriguing. We lost you there. What do you think about your cousin?
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
You're like, damn, that was close. So listen, but honestly, Esquire. Now Kevin, you and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
But we have communities, Baba, where they intermarry. We know, first of all, particular races. Right? See this within Kenya.
Yeah.
And then also there are particular cultures, to tribes where that's true. They intermarry, bro. What is then the scenario, for example, when that happens? Ama, we only take it when we are catched. Otherwise, let sleeping dogs lie. Because we were talking about it.
Yeah, true.
You know, some Indian communities, see, it's, they do that thing a lot. And then maybe we go to certain tribes, they do that as well, right? How come this? And now, cat amongst pigeons, Baba. So is it until somebody complains?
Not really. And I guess you're making reference to this one issue.
Yes.
Where their cultures, I
Thank
believe,
you.
in
That one.
I have been told that in the Kamba, they are allowed to marry their cousins.
Yes.
And in such scenario, my reading of the act it just gives daughter, granddaughter, sister, mother, niece, aunt or grandmother. There's no cousin indicated here. And I'm also aware of a ruling a few months ago where a judge actually said so, that marrying a cousin is not an offense.
Yes.
I believe they were
spoke
informed
about that. Yes.
by this act that it's not an offense. But
Yes.
also going back to Article 2 or 3 of the Kenyan Constitution, it provides for sources of law in Kenya. And one of the source of law in Kenya is this cultural activities of our Kenyans. So those ones are taken as a source of law. And that's why sometimes we even call elders in court and say, come to court, we would like to hear how does that culture work. And we take that as a law. As a form of law. And so in a scenario like those families doing those things or communities doing such things, then it will not be an offense in Kenya.
I love it.
It will not be an illegality.
I love it. So, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. And like I said, he's in private practice, but would make a damn good lecturer. There's no money, but he has enough. So now he has broken it down. All right. So when we get back, future senior counsel, Eliud Ngugi, you've got to tell us now, because here now we have this scenario. How are you going to help this distinguished gentleman? All right. Now, clearly, Esquire's in the building. Spice to seek legal counsel. You cannot give brief. Okay, because you've got various challenges. How about we bring the best of the best to you through this platform?
Yes,
indeed. And when we talk about the best of the best, he is a master. All right, and like I said, he is part of Ngugi Mburu advocates a future senior counsel. Does not want to be a judge for various reasons. But he's very lucid, clearly. Hence, he's got an LLM. And when it comes to matters family law, this is the platform. Advocate Eliud Ngugi is in the studio. And if you want to touch base and you've got a matter that he can help you with, because this is where it comes to do is pro bono. All right. All you got to do is do what, Kevin?
Just go to our social, that is Spice FM on Facebook, to be precise. You just drop your question. The hashtag is #, hashtag Spice Drive. Once again, Facebook, to be precise, that is Spice FM KE on Facebook.
Right. And remember, he comes only on
Tuesday.
No, not he comes only on Tuesday. He comes here.
Here in studio.
Oh, okay.
On Tuesday.
Why are you laughing?
No. Because
it's best be Baba.
Yes.
We have got the best behavior. We have a guest, man.
Chokos.
Anyway, so Wakili basically, previously, he basically broke it down.
Yes.
In terms of this particular matter. What matter we talk about? Somebody's written and says, listen, hello Spice FM, this is disturbing. I live in Kitengela. I had an accident 5 years ago, and it's been affecting my performance in bed. Almost a year after the accident, my wife invited her nephew to live with us. He had just completed high school and was waiting to join campus. It didn't take long to notice how close they were, often giggling around each other and being touchy-touchy. Last Saturday, I had forgotten my office keys. I walked in on my dear wife with her nephew. I'm stressing the nephew here, all right? In our kitchen. In her defense, she said it had been a while since we were intimate and she could not live without it. I am beyond devastated. What should I do? Now, Kevin Esquire, right, then did break it down for us in terms of, let's be clear, if the nephew was a minor, which means under 18. And then if the nephew, in terms of the legal repercussions, if one under 18, one under 12, which means not a teenager yet, and then one under the age of 10. He broke that down for us, number one, right? What else did he break down for us, number two?
If actually the other way around, in terms of the
gender
minor, plus the gender was if it's a dude and then on a chick, and the term of years and what law applies how and where.
Right?
Yes.
So now he basically clarified all of that.
Yes.
Now it is about, because also time is not our friend, and you know what, he has got people to do and places to see.
Yes.
As in not this.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So the thing is this. Now, Esquire, you need to now help our brother out here. Because also he addressed what kind of disabilities this man talking about. And then he also, in terms of conjugal rights, how does she also, as because clearly he's referring to his wife.
Yeah.
As she said, she was not being given conjugal rights. Wakili also addressed that particular matter.
Yeah.
But now, the person who here as ako na shida, na swali sasa ndio ameuliza, and now this is now, Wakili has got to now, because he's given broad strokes.
Yeah, true.
In terms of illegalities and legalities. Okay? But now, Esquire, let's now help this gentleman. He says he's beyond devastated. What does he do?
We said that the children in this country are very important.
Right.
The family unit is very important.
Sure.
Under our constitution, under Article 45.
Sure.
And that's why we even have a Children's Act that gives powers to the children's officer to protect the children in this country.
Right.
And so, having that knowledge and knowing that this was an illegality, then this man can proceed and file a report with the police.
Wow.
And the police will come and take this child to a safe house.
Yes.
Protect them.
Yes.
Protect their lives.
Yes.
Because, again, we don't know what else is likely to happen in this situation.
Right.
And once that is done, because the lady has committed an offense, will be arrested, charged, and taken through the due process of taking away the rights of this child.
Okay, now, Esquire, like I said, I like to muddy the waters here, Baba. Now, we're assuming this child is brilliant. Yani finished high school like you before the age of 18, so it's still a minor. Or like Kevin. But what if this child is a danda and Yani, even though he finished high school in December, they started going to school at the age of 19. Okay? So they finished high school at the age of 30. Yani, this nephew, as much as he finished high school, Juicy, is not a minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the cousin from Chicago.
There we go.
Kevin's cousin.
Yes.
So
No, his words, not mine.
And I know you're happy about that.
So we take this, the person has a right also.
Yes.
Well, this will be interesting because they're not the ones who are going to, they know what they're doing. They have the right to consent to this.
Yes.
And so it's the husband to this person who can actually file a report at the police station and make the allegation. And he better have proven evidence of what claim he's making against the person.
What's it called?
The camera.
Yes.
Phone camera.
Yeah, you recorded the damn thing.
If they have the evidence of that, then they can proceed also. File a report at the police station. And the police will take the two people together. Then it's up to them to get their self out of this problem by raising their defenses. And so in this scenario, they can raise their defenses and show that they were consenting adults. But again, they are not relatives. They can try and prove or disapprove that in court. But for this child, if they were to this issue was to be filed then, and you are the listener and you are the lady who has actually suffered so much and you went for this, there are two defenses.
I was going to ask that. Yes.
There are two defenses available to the person. Number one defense is they can easily just claim that the minor was in a way convincing that they were already adults.
There we go.
So it was very confusing that they couldn't tell this was underage.
Sorry.
So he had a beard.
Yes, you see, so like Kevin,
Yeah.
We talk about, and this true story.
Okay.
We talk about like that club on Langata Road.
Yes.
Where that market difference. You see where you used to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the difference between a 17-year-old chick and a 19-year-old.
That's so true. That I know.
All right, that thin fine line. Sorry, yeah. So that kind of scenario, right?
Yeah.
Right, Esquire.
Yeah. So such a scenario, you have two options of a defense. There's that one, and number two, that you are made to believe that this person was able to consent, or you can also use the defense of insanity.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you and I are boy.
Yeah, a good one. Me kwanza.
Yeah. So okay. Devil's advocate one more time, Esquire. But when Kevin, I don't know if you get that, but when this guy's story, because here it looks like no matter what happens, his wife, if he goes forward with what Esquire is saying, the wife is in all hell's trouble.
Yeah.
Yani how she's going inside.
Yeah, from what Esquire said, I agree to that. So up it's could be murky.
Right?
It's
50-50.
Yeah, that one is definitely now it's a joy scenario.
Yeah.
Are we together?
True.
We are nafungwa.
Yes.
Right? Is there, and then this guy, and like I said, because it's not about emotion here.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is a human being. We're talking about Esquire, if you're not watching. But this guy it reads to me that he's worrying.
Yeah. Because
Yani, like,
what can I do?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yani, what can I do?
It's a scenario less.
And-
Yes, I
and-
can't solve this problem, but it's
I've
not
got this-
supposed to be like this.
And Kume, it's because of my disability.
Yeah. So it's like adding salt to an injury.
That is how I'm reading it. Like I said, I'm being devil's advocate here.
An offense is an offense.
Thank you.
Even as you feel
Bas.
the child should be protected. They should not be convinced to do an illegal thing.
Aha.
So if that is what has been happening, then the child needs to be protected.
You're a very sharp guy.
That way.
Now,
we remove emotions.
then the first thing that comes when we talk about therapy with Kenyan Nameless last week.
Yeah.
So a marriage counselor, and then the marriage counselor is told this whole story, and the child is a minor because we need to fix our stuff.
Yeah.
Does the counselor have? Is it fair to ask you this question? Must the counselor report this to the relevant authorities once you've been told that let's assume this
scenario
nephew is under 18,
and the matter was not reported to the police first. This is the first time they're talking
and
about
because this guy's warrior, let's therapy.
patch this, try to make it work.
Counselor sharing, I believe they are protected by confidentiality. Whatever information that comes to them,
I stabbed so and so, I killed them, and I buried them in the garden there, uko chini. No one knows. I was about to say septic tank, but too soon.
Yeah.
Cannot
share.
Well, there are situations where that can be waived, the duty of confidentiality, and this is where life is in question.
Yeah.
And so, in such a scenario, it would be left for the counselor to make that decision.
All right.
Whether they are willing to actually be the ones to be the to file this.
I love this.
Yeah.
So, you know what? He has given us the options of him as the dude, as the husband, and the possible defenses that the wife might have.
Spice.